Letter 11. Greed is necessary. It's important to prioritizing oneself and taking control of one's own destiny. Prioritizing oneself is key, and creating one's own destiny is a must. May 6, 1918. Dear John, ignore those who say I am greedy. For many years, I have been enjoying this praise that seems not so wonderful to others, greed. This special tribute to me first appeared when my career was in full swing, when Rockefeller's name was no longer just a symbol of a person, but a symbol of wealth and a huge business empire. I remember that many people and many newspapers joined the ranks of praising me, but this kind of praise did not make my heart beat faster, even though I know that it is nothing more than to discredit me, and it is nothing more than to add a filthy lucre to the business empire I have created. But I know that there is a kind of power hidden in human nature, one that grows in places lacking ability and will. That is jealousy. When you surpass them, they will hate you, accuse you of using derogatory words, fabricate lies to slander you, and at the same time, they will be very arrogant in front of you. In my opinion, that is not arrogance, it is just weakness. What's interesting is that when you are far inferior to them and your life is unbearable, they will laugh at you again for being incompetent, stupid, and even belittle you to the point that you have no human dignity. My son, this is human nature. God did not give me a mission to change human nature, and I did not take the time to stop those people from wanting to praise me for being greedy. All I can do is to keep those who are jealous of me jealous, although I know that if I let them take away all the wealth that I have created, they will also take away their praise for me. But I can't. I believe that unless there is some magic, no one can. A gentleman will never argue with the ignorant, and I certainly will not argue with those who praised my greed. But I cannot refrain from despising their ignorance. Looking back calmly at history and examining the footprints of mankind, we can conclude that no society is not built on greed. Those who want to slander me, seemingly as if they are mortal watchmen, which one of them would not want to monopolize what they have? Who does not want to control all the good things? Who does not want to control everything that everyone needs? There are always many hypocritical people. There is no one who is not greedy. If you have an olive, you will want to have an entire olive tree. I have been living in the world for nearly 80 years. I have seen people who cannot eat steak, but I have never seen anyone who is not greedy, especially in the business world. There is only one word printed on the back of utilitarianism and money worship. That is greed. I believe that people who are not greedy in the future will still be rare on earth. Who will stop the pursuit and possession of beautiful things? Mr. Archibald said that I am a racehorse that could smell the finish line. But as soon as that happened, I would start sprinting. I know this is a bit flattering, but in my heart, I really reserved a place for greed. When I was in business school, one of my teachers said a phrase that I will never forget. It can be said to have changed my destiny. He said, "There is nothing wrong with being greedy. I think being greedy is a good thing. Everyone can be greedy. From the beginning of greed, there will be hope." When my teacher shouted this extremely provocative and irritating remark from the forum, the students in the audience were in an uproar. As long as you think about the meaning of greedy, you will know that this word completely violates the moral concept that most people have learned since childhood. This moral concept is integrated into religion, society, ethics, politics, and law. The role of the ruler will undoubtedly put a dirty mark on this word. But when I stepped into the society and embarked on the journey of creating wealth, I deeply realized that the classes I took was really worth it. My teacher's proposition was quite insightful. As those evolutionists told us, nature is not a benevolent and selfless place, but a place where the strong are kings and the fittest live. So is our so-called civilized society. If you are not greedy, you may just be eaten by others. After all, there are not many delicious desserts. If you want to create wealth and achievements and an extraordinary life, then I feel that you cannot forget about greed is a good thing. Greed is necessary. The subtext of greed is that I want more and monopolize it. Who has never made me cry in my heart? Politicians will say, I want to be in power, and I want to be the governor before being the president. Business people will say, I want to make money. I want to make more money. Parents will say that I hope my son can achieve something and live a prosperous and happy life forever, and so on. Only when limited by morality, dignity, and face value can people tightly cover up greed and make greed a taboo. In fact, as long as the world that wants to chase fame and fortune is not destroyed, as long as happiness does not become as easy to get as air, human beings cannot stop being greedy. Those who love muckraking always regard greed as a demon. But in my opinion, opening the lock of our greed is not the same as opening the Pandora's box. And releasing the beating greed all the time is equivalent to releasing the potential of our lives. From a bookkeeper with a weekly salary of only $5 to the richest person in the United States today, it was greed which made me achieve this miracle. Greed is the force that drives me to create wealth, just as it is the force that drives social evolution. When I use the word greed, you might want me to replace it with aspiration. No, we are all in a greedy world. I think using greed is simpler than using ambition. Simplicity is a quality of integrity and selflessness in the soul. It is different and more noble than sincerity. At the beginning of co-founding the oil company with Mr. Sam Andrews, my greed was swelling. Every night before going to bed, I advised myself, I want to become the largest oil refiner in Cleveland. Let the flowing oil creek turn into bundles of banknotes. I want to align every thought to profit motives and help myself become the king of oil. In the early days, I would do everything by myself and work all day long. I direct oil refining, organized railway transportation, and contemplate how to save costs and expand the petroleum byproduct market. I will never forget the days that left me starving and rushing around day and night. My son, destiny must be created by oneself, and what one really wants must be obtained by every means. The distance between success and failure is not just a single thought as what people may think. That is to see who has the stronger greed, who has this power, who can radiate and display all their power, do their best, and surpass themselves. Every step I move forward can make me feel the power of greed. Greed not only allows a person's abilities to be maximized, but it also forces him to dedicate everything, remove all obstacles, and move forward at full pace. Many people have asked me the same question. Mr. Rockefeller, what supported you on your way to the top of wealth? I cannot express my true feelings because greed is despised by people. However, the fact is that greed is the support that supported me to become a generation of millionaires. That is, I aroused my greed and deepened my greed. There is a lively, sensitive, and powerful greed in everyone's heart, but you must love her. Tell yourself that you want to be greedy, and you want more. Then she will come out to play and help you succeed. No force can stop me from lifting the ban on greed, because I pursue success. Success achieved under greed is not a sin. Success is a noble pursuit. If you can achieve success with noble behavior, you will contribute far more to mankind than what can be done in poverty. I did it. Let us look at the philanthropies we have done today. Investing huge wealth in education, medicine, churches, and those in need is definitely not a place for me to do charity on a whim. It is a great charity, and the world is becoming more beautiful because of my success. It seems that greed is very good and not a crime. In this regard, if those who say I am greedy are not for the purpose of discrediting me, I will gladly accept the judgment they make of me. John, I am the focus of my life. I decide what suits me, so I do not care what those people say. My heart is still peaceful. To some people, I always seem to be a businessman with despicable motives. Even if I invest in charities that benefit the people, it will be regarded as a trick by them. They suspect that the motivation of my charities is to pursue self-interest or a form of atoning my sins. But they do not see it as a selfless spirit of public welfare. This is really funny. I want to tell you very sincerely that your father will never make you feel ashamed. Every penny in my pocket is clean. The reason why I became rich is my superior mind and strong career. The heart is rewarded. I firmly believe that God has clear rewards and punishments, and that my money is given by God, and I can always make money. If God helps, Deus is because God knows that I will return the money to society for the benefit of my fellow citizens. It is time for me to read the Bible. The night is so beautiful tonight. Every bright star seems to say, "Good job, John." Love, your father.